Playful game. Playful game. Entering team select screen. The Cincinnati Bengals, the home team, are selected. Ready.
It's time for the AFC Championship, and the road to a Super Bowl goes through Cincinnati. It's the Raiders and the Bengals under the lights on Sunday night.
EA Sports coverage of the NFL playoffs brings us to a very loud and a very sold-out Paycor Stadium here in Cincinnati. Straight ahead, it's a clash to decide the AFC's representative in the Super Bowl. And it'll be a great one between the Las Vegas Raiders and the Cincinnati Bengals. Hello, everyone. Alongside Charles Davis, I'm Brandon Gaudin. The postseason continuing here on EA Sports. And, man, it is electric in here, and it should be conference championship time.
I don't know about you, but my butterflies in my stomach, they have iron wings in this one. And every guy I've ever talked to has all said the same thing. This game, the conference championship game, may have more intensity than even the Super Bowl because you know what the stakes are. You're trying so hard to get to the big game that this is the one that's the real challenge.
Entering play call screen. Kickoff left.
The winner gets a trip to sunny Arizona for Super Bowl 57. The AFC title game is underway. And that'll carry over the back line of the end zone for a touchback. Here come the Bengals, and CD, of course, it's Joe Burrow out of LSU at quarterback.
And we can talk all we want about football being a team game and leaning on different parts and aspects in order to get it done. And that's entirely true during the regular season. Some weeks it's the defense, the special teams, running the football. But in the playoffs, all the pressure reverts to the quarterback, and he has to play well and play at a really high level in order for his team to win.
Here's Burrow to throw right away. He'll drop this one, this to the 29, a gain of 4.
Well, offensively, that's the mismatch that you want. You want to force a linebacker to try and cover your back out of the backfield, out in some open space. The linebackers nowadays, they run like backs, and they take a lot of pride in covering. What a nice play he made there in the open field.
From the 29, Burrow. And the catch made, it's Tyler Boyd. And they get him down, but not before he takes it across the 40-yard line. Tally, that is catch number 1 for him in this AFC Championship. It's a first down.
Entering play call, coach suggestions, there are 6 categories.
Here's Burrow. Open receiver, that's Hayden Hurst, the tight end. And they'll get this down to around the 47-yard line. The first drive here and the first time that we've called a big tight end's name, but I can assure you this, Charles, it won't be the last.
No, it won't, because when he gets going, now it opens up opportunities on the perimeter because that'll draw the defense towards him in the middle of the field. Now your wide receivers are getting involved as this game goes on.
So here's here's a 1st and 10 now in Raider territory at the 47. Again, it's Burrow. Man open, that's Jamar Chase complete. And he goes down, but not before getting this inside the 25. 23 yards, the final tally. Really a solid start here on the opening drive, Charles. He's now 4 of 4, and they're already in plus territory.
Brandon, he's been so precise to start this game, like we're watching an operation taking place right now. Master surgeon at work.
Entering play call, coach suggestions. There are 6 categories.
On one, ready?
A first carry for the former Oklahoma Sooner, Joe Mixon. And not much, maybe a yard down to the 23.
Now that's the type of play that'll fire up a defense. Hold them to 1 yard on a first down run. It'll be interesting to see if the offense decides to press the run at all, or if they'll abandon it now after gaining only 1 on that play.
The run only got a yard. Here's 2nd and 9. They're passing here, Joe Burrow. And that one's going to be off target and incomplete. That is first incompletion after a 4-for-4 start.
Yeah, but they shouldn't back off from what they're doing. I like the play calling right out of the gate. I like the tone that they're setting. Keep going in that direction.
Here comes the 7th play of this opening drive. They've moved it well, but here's 3rd down. Now Burrow. And this pass broken up. Excellent coverage there on 3rd down, as that was not an easy one to hold on to.
Excellent defensive effort to get to him and provide a little contact before the catch could be made cleanly.
Entering play call, coach suggestions. There are 6 categories.
So on 4th down, off goes Burrow. On comes Evan McPherson for the Bengal field goal. This a 40-yard attempt from the left hash. McPherson's kick is good. And the Bengals are on the board first here. It's 3-0. Every possession in the postseason magnified. And look, it's just the opening drive. They didn't get the touchdown they wanted, but at least they got on the board.
They got on the board. They've got their home crowd into it as well. And remember, in the playoffs, the game slows down a little bit. So every point is precious.
So after the made field goal, here's McPherson to send this one away. Fielded right around the 8. And they will wrangle him down a couple yards shy of the 30. The Raiders set to go to work behind their veteran quarterback, and that's Derek Carr.
And it certainly had taken Herbert long to earn his status as one of the league's best and most entertaining passers. Locked and loaded at every snap. And the second he sees it opening, that ball is soaring downfield. You better be on your toes against him on defense. The second you turn your head, they'll burn you.
Entering play call, coach stick and gun plan. There are 8 There are 8 categories. Formation, play type, RPO, maxi post, inside cross.
Carr and the Raiders come up 1st and 10 at their own 28-yard line. They'll try and start this drive in the air. They swing that out wide to Jacobs. That'll give them 8 that time, and they'll be left with 2nd and a couple. And just in general, Charles, on a play like that, how tough is it for the defense to account for a running back essentially being a receiver downfield?
It's very difficult, especially if the running back has skills like a receiver, and you're aware of that before the game even begins. So throughout your practice sessions, you're going to want to be aware of him. Where is he lining up? What can he do? What kind of damage can he do to us downfield? And who can match up with him without weakening our overall defense? You're exactly right. It's a tough task to match up to him.
First rep of the game for Josh Jacobs. And they will only muster a yard here to the 38.
Now that's a mountain of a man that just made that stop, isn't it? But he's more than that. This guy's nimble and quick. More than a space eater. He just made a great play there.
Run. Inside handoff. There. AHB blunt dive. Inside zone split.
What now? Trying to run for it with Jacobs. And he will have a first down here at about the 40.
On third down, that's a good job of situational football and understanding where the first down marker was and getting there.
Entering play call. AHB. MTNA. Play. RPO. Run. Path. Special. Pass. Quick. Standard pass. Shotgun path. Convexy post. Inside cross. Spot. Inside. Convexy post. Cross button. Circle
Throwing
button.
on first down is Carr. Throw right side going to be caught by Waller. And he'll be out of bounds after getting this one across the 40. The result, only 4 yards there on the play. And it's second down.
Well, they're unable to convert that into much, but it's never a bad idea to try to get the ball into a tight end of his caliber's hands and see what kind of disruption he can cause.
6 yards left on second down.
Cross button. R1 button.
Now Carr.
Square button. Square button.
That one into the hands of Adams downfield. And he'll go down, but not before getting this inside the 30. A gain there of 30 big ones.
And in the run-up to this championship game, so much was made about how would this offense hold up on the road in a hostile environment. Well, that's not the definitive answer, but what a great first answer from them, that big play right there.
Entering play call. Shotgun pass. There's run. Pitch. There's inside. Inside zone split.
So now then, the big play has him all the way inside the 30 now, 1st and 10.
Cross button.
Back to the running game with Jacobs. And he'll get it down inside the 20 to the 18-yard line. 9 yards is the pickup there, and they'll have a 2nd and 1. Pretty effective run there, and now they can start to smell that end zone.
Pound the rock. Make sure you use your O-line to set the tone of dominance and physicality, and pound the rock.
Plunge selected.
The last run got 9. That leaves him with 2nd and a yard. Once again, it's Jacobs. And on this one, he'll get to the 15, right at the 15-yard line. 2 yards, good enough for a first.
Well, that was a unit that understood exactly where the first down marker was, handed it to their guy who could run it, created some space, and he got there.
Inside zone split.
Line of scrimmage, the 15. It's 1st and 10. Carr going to give it to Jacobs. He takes us down to about the 12 for a gain of 3.
That run wasn't a big breaker, but I don't think the guys on offense mind very much. They get a nice drive going, and they might just be luring the defense in a little bit. They can probably come back with a play action, maybe go over the top. But right now, on this drive, their playbook is open.
Standard pass, shotgun pass, play action, coverts, a post wide cross.
3 yards on that last carry. Here's 2nd and 7. On play action, it's Carr rolling to his left.
Triangle button.
Toward the back corner of the end zone, but he could not get the feet down. This will wind up incomplete.
It's been a good opening drive offensively thus far.
Play high, run, pass. Play action, pass, shot, quick pass. Y stick.
They head to the line facing a 3rd and 7 following the incompletion on 2nd down. Here's Carr to throw. And he fends him off. So no sack. He gets back to the line of scrimmage, but it will still bring up a 4th down.
But one of the things we talked about coming into this was we were never going to question the fight that he's going to have for all 4 quarters of the game. But ideally, you want him fighting for big plays and first downs early, not fighting just to get back to the line of scrimmage, as we saw right there.
Entering play call, coach suggestions. There are 8 categories. You have 15 options. Field goal 29 yards is selected. Pick FG sprint on plan. There are 8 categories. Player. There are 8 formation. Play type. There are 8 personnel. There are 8 play step RP run pass. Quick standard pass shotgun convex inside crop convex coast.
Delayed game. Option.
Just a little too lackadaisical, Charles, and they didn't get up and snap the ball in time. Delay of game.
Yeah, I'm not sure if he understood where the clock was located. In different stadiums, it's in different places. You have to check that in pregame and make sure you're aware so you don't run into penalties like these.
Shotgun pass there. Convex post. Inside cross.
Carr going to go on 4th down.
Triangle button.
And he knocks the ball away and it falls incomplete. The Raiders try it on 4th down, but to no avail. And the Bengals will get the football back.
4th down and they take to the air, which really isn't a major surprise, but how about the coverage? They're able to bat it down.
Cincinnati coming back onto the field here for their 2nd drive. They've got a 3-0 lead and the football as they start 1st and 10.
Play call, coach suggestions. There are 6 categories.
Here's Joe Mixon as they start on the ground. And he can only manage to get a couple. 2nd and 8 coming up.
Well, they always talk about playing great team defense, and that was an excellent example right there. Everyone on assignment, no one in the wrong spot, everyone filling their gaps.
The last run good for 2. Here's 2nd and 8. Now it's Burrow. And it's knocked away and incomplete.
As a coaching staff, you can call just about whatever you want because you understand you have guys who reliably take away those massive shots downfield. You're not as worried about giving up the big one.
Here we go.
So the failure to connect on 2nd down, that leaves them staring up here at a 3rd and 8. From the shotgun, it's Burrow. He's going to try and go deep again. And able to catch it on the left sideline, but they're going to rule him out of bounds. So it'll be incomplete. Certainly one they'd like to have back as it brings up 4th down.
I usually hesitate when I say a guy's got world-class speed, but this guy might. So let's fire the starter's pistol. Let's go. If you've got him, you've got to try and use him. A lot of anticipation with the ball in the air, but no, incomplete.
Punting now is Huber as he sends it away. That'll go as a punt of 34 yards that time. And the Raiders will take over now 1st and 10. Second drive of the game coming up for this Las Vegas offense. A kind of a lucky break on the prior drive, Charles. The turnover on downs that the offense had didn't come back to bite them after the other side. Their defense came through, was able to hold them without any points.
I would agree with you, partner. A little bit of a lucky break indeed, but you know what they'd say to us. No luck, just pure skill. We rose to the challenge, and we didn't permit a score. That's how we roll.
Well, I'm kind of curious, Charles, if they might temper their aggressiveness now offensively if they get in that 4th down spot again.
Yeah, one would think so, but maybe because they held them, they might go for it again.
17 yards is the pickup there for number 17.
As a general rule, offensive linemen like to know where their quarterback's going to be when he's setting up to throw the football. But sometimes they just have to get on the run, get on the move. He was able to do that on that play and picks up a 1st down with a nice throw.
Entering play call, play action, play hike, run. Counter, outside, AHP, inside handoff. AHP blitz, inside zone split.
Ball up to the 35 now as they come up on 1st and 10. Jacobs going to try the middle. It's a 6-yard pickup, and it gets him to 2nd and 4.
A quick burst there, and he nicely bit off a pretty decent game.
Inside zone split.
Six yards on that last play. Here's 2nd and 4. They'll stay on the ground with Jacobs. And they'll get this one down to about the 20-yard line. A pickup of 10, and it's enough for a Las Vegas 1st down. Well, they're making an effort to get the ground game going tonight. So far, it's working.
I like what we're seeing from the offensive line. They seem to have the leverage going, and they're controlling things and reestablishing the line of scrimmage, moving that defensive front backwards. But also like what the runner's giving us, too. It appears that he's been waiting all day long to get out here and take off.
Zone split.
Here's Jacobs on 1st and 10. And they'll work this down to the 15 for a pickup of 4.
Typically, we think it's the strong safeties that are better tacklers, especially closer to the line of scrimmage amidst traffic. But in this case, how about the free safety coming up and making the big-time play?
AHP blunt dive, inside zone split.
The run got 4. Now they deal with a 2nd and 6. Running straight ahead is Jacobs. And he'll get 4 there, down to about the 12-yard line.
Some of the most unselfish players on any football team, defensive tackles, because we ask them to just eat up blocks, allow other people to make tackles. But when he can make a play himself, as we just saw there, that's a big day.
They'll come to the line, needing only 2 yards to gain the first here. On 3rd down, here comes Jacobs. And he will have the first down inside the 10 to the 9-yard line. A third down gain of 3 yards, and that'll be enough.
I haven't met a football team yet that runs the ball successfully that doesn't talk about having an attitude to be a running football team, right? You got to be able to put your nose in there, smell where the first down sticks are, and get there.
Entering play call, inside handoff, there are set.
Here's Jacobs. And he'll take this from the 9 down to about the 7.
All of a sudden, those lanes that were there earlier in the drive dry up near the goal line. That's a good job defensively to diagnose the run and stop it for a very short pickup.
Quick pass, there are 6 category stick.
The line of scrimmage, the 7 now on 2nd and goal. Carr now to throw. And he just chucked that one out of bounds, out of everyone's reach. Maybe a wise call not to take a sack in this part of the field. It brings up 3rd down.
Well, to me, there was no question about the intent there, and I think he was a little fortunate that the penalty flag didn't come out for grounding. But he'll get away with it and get another shot on 3rd down.
They've been denied touchdowns in the red zone twice already. Here comes 3rd and goal.
Square button. Square button.
Throwing now in the back corner of the end zone, but he could not get the feet down. This will wind up incomplete. And that'll bring up 4th down as his Cincy defense stands up on 3rd.
Well, they've got man coverage on the outside, and my scouting report on these DBs tells me that they love to take matters in their own hands. They want man coverage, not zone. And there was good coverage there that forced the incompletion.
Play high, personnel, play, run, pass. Quick, standard pass, shotgun pass, convex, slant stick.
Watch out!
Carr to throw for it on 4th down. And it's incomplete. They cannot convert, and they turn it over. They can't hook up here on the 4th down pass attempt, and the Bengals will get the football back. And they've now made 2 trips to the red zone and still looking for their first touchdown.
Not able to punch it in, and if you're on defense, your confidence is sky high. Because mentally, you're saying, hey, you're in the red zone. We're thinking we're giving up 3. We just want to give up 6. In this case, they end up not giving up the touchdown at all. They've got to feel great about what they got done.
Here we go, here we go. Cut.
They'll start out here with a jet sweep. And he is met at the line of scrimmage, and he goes down right there. Calling no gain on the play, and it'll be 2nd down.
Let's just make this one succinct. Nice job there. All 11 guys on defense diagnosing the jet sweep and putting it down.
Here we go.
Here's 2nd and 10. Burrow going to give this to Mixon. And this will be a gain of right around 3 from the 7 out to the 10-yard line.
Just not a whole lot of room to operate there on that carry.
No, not at all. They did a really nice job staying in their proper places and not allowing any lanes to open up.
And the Raiders call on a nickel set for 3rd down. Burrow looking to pass. Over the middle, that's caught by Chase.
And he's taken down, but not before he gets this across the 25-yard line.
And we got a pause following the play because it appears a member of the Bengals in some discomfort. But the medical staff is going to come out here and take a look, and we will take a short break.
Entering play call, coach suggestions. There are 6 categories.
Here we go.
They will throw on first down with Burrow. He's got his big tight end. That's Hurst. And they get him down, but not before he takes it across the 40-yard line. 16 yards, a little deja vu from the previous play where they got 16.
Suggestions. There are 6 categories.
Here we go. Here we go.
3-0 after 1 on EA Sports. Ready for the second quarter from Cincinnati. It's the Bengals with the football here as they've got it with a 1st and 10.
On 2.
Burrow will throw. Again, that's Hurst. And he's out of bounds just before the midfield stripe at the 49. They'll wind up getting 7 on the play, and it's 2nd down. That's a staple of this offense. Drag route to the tight end.
Yeah, he's unable to use his size to break off much more yardage after the catch, but still an effective gain nonetheless.
11, Thomas. 12.
And he'll get it down to the 47 here. They'll get 3 as the drive continues. It's a 1st down.
I think they like this drive a little bit better there, partner. Running game helping out, picking up some of the slack. Because remember the last drive, they went 3 and out.
Entering play call, coach suggestions. There are 6 categories.
This offense finding its legs now. Here's another 1st and 10. Now it's Burrow. That is taken in by Hurst. And he's going to be taken down at the 28-yard line.
And defensively, they were in zone coverage there. Do you have to be a little careful? You're losing playing against a good quarterback like he is to not play too much zone?
Yeah, you have to be careful about how much time you're giving up. I think it's a good point you just brought up. So maybe if you still want to play zone, you go to a zone blitz scheme. And you can drop anyone out of your defensive front. Defensive end, defensive tackle. It doesn't matter. You just exchange someone to bring more pressure towards the quarterback and still try and cover downfield.
Throwing now, Burrow on 1st down. Dumps it off to Mixon. And he's going to be taken down at the 28-yard line.
As a defense, you're more balanced when you're in zone coverage because you're able to keep your eyes on the quarterback and see the play develop in front of you. They're able to keep the quick pass in front of them and stop it right at the line of scrimmage.
Entering play call, coach suggestions. There are 6 categories.
Now it's 2nd and 9. Here's Burrow setting up to throw it. A quick throw there going to be batted away and incomplete.
Receiver coaches preach to their guys all the time. Separation, that's what's going to make the play successful. That time there was very little, and I think they were actually fortunate that it was only knocked away and not intercepted.
Here we go.
The offense on 3rd down tonight, just 1 for 3 thus far. This is 3rd and 9.
Throwing again, it's Burrow. And that is incomplete.
That's a good job there creating the contact to force the incompletion. And now since it's fourth down, that should set up a field goal situation.
And a nice sigh of relief defensively to be able to hold them to 3. So on fourth down, off goes Burrow. On comes Evan McPherson for the Bengal field goal. He made his first attempt, this from 45. McPherson's kick is good, and they're able to double their lead in this first half. It's 6-0. So they're able to end that drive with 3 points in this one-possession ball game.
And ideally, you want to end every drive with points. Most quarterbacks would say, let's end it with a kick, right? A PAT, that's number 1. Field goal you'll take. Punts, you really don't want to do that. In this case, they'll take the field goal and get prepared for the rest of the game.
Phillips, he's not going to bring this one out, so they will begin the drive at the 25. The Vegas offense ready for their next possession.
And on the last drive, they were in field goal range. They just opted not to kick it, didn't get it. How does that change the mentality this go around?
I don't think it changes much for the head coach because this is what he preaches all the time. Attack at all times in any spot on the field, and he likes touchdowns, not field goals. Now, your field goal kicker, you got to make sure you nurse him through and say, okay, don't worry about it. When we need you, you've got to be ready to go. And the team, of course, loves to see points on the board. So let's see if it changes a little bit if they're in the same spot again.
We'll see what the decision is here if they get to that spot. Sideline throw, it's complete. And a nice job there of keeping the toes inbounds.
I do have to admit, I like it when it all comes together. When the top part, catching the football, right, whether you're catching it with your hands or cradling it, comes together with the legs, in this case the feet, doing a little toe tap to stay in bounds and complete the catch.
Zach Taylor's made the decision. He's going to go ahead and throw out the red challenge flag. Did he keep those feet in bounds? That's the question they've got to decide. And I got to say, watching it in real time, it was awfully close.
Yeah, it certainly looked like a heck of a catch because he didn't appear to bobble it, which could complicate things. But even with the benefit of replay, that's pretty tight.
Well, here's the call.
Entering play call, play action pass. There are 6 categories. You have 62 options.
So the challenge there does not go their way. This will indeed.
They'll operate from the 32-yard line here, 2nd and 3.
Triangle button.
Carr with a play fake to Jacobs. And this throw a bit late as he couldn't reach back for it.
I would say it might be a good idea for him to reintroduce himself to his receivers at the half because they're definitely on different wavelengths. But I also don't advocate waiting that long. Next series before you get out there. Hey, let's get together, guys. Let's get this thing moving.
Inside, AHP, inside zones click.
So the incomplete pass on the last play, and that leads us to a 3rd and 3. On the handoff, this is Jacobs. And he's got the first before he's brought down at the 39-yard line.
53 yards on the ground in this first half with a Super Bowl berth on the line.
Now that's the way to do it. Hand it to someone with vision and good footwork and add in a little bit of power, and you find a way to pick up first downs.
Entering play call, AHP blood dive. Inside zones click.
So from the 39 now, they'll come up on a 1st and 10. Here's a handoff to Jacobs. Oh, he's got a little daylight.
And some good acceleration there as he's across midfield to the 48-yard line. Give them 12 yards that time and a Las Vegas first.
Consecutive plays now where that offensive line has really created a lot of space.
And we've seen the confidence rise, haven't we? It borders on arrogance now, and that's that good arrogance, believing you can run the football whenever you get good and ready.
Entering play call. AHP inside zone split.
So they'll come up in Bengals territory now with a 1st and 10 at the 48-yard line. Jacobs now. 5 yards is the tally on 1st down. That brings up 2nd and 5.
Brandon, 5 yards on that run. Let's get back to the huddle and make sure you're a back. You spend time with your offensive line and give them credit. Hard to move those 300-plus pounders at the line of scrimmage, and they did for a significant chunk of yardage.
The 1st down run got 5. Here's 2nd and 5. Shotgun now for Carr. And Waller taking it in over the middle. And he's got another 1st down as the tackle's going to be made at the Bengals' 32-yard line. A nice pickup there of 11 yards, and it'll move the sticks.
And that's a more than acceptable read right there because it's zone coverage. So timing is everything. This time he waits for his man to come open, puts it right on him, and they pick up a 1st down.
One down.
Now whistles here, and I believe one of the Raider linemen might have been moving. Oh, jumping early from his tight end spot. Maybe trying to get a jump start on that route.
Yeah, I think you're exactly right about that. And oftentimes when you see that, that means the play call was supposed to come in his direction, and he was eager to go catch a pass.
Working from the gun, it's Carr. Delivering another one here to Darren Waller. He's got it again. A good gain of 9 before he's brought down at the 28.
Nice rhythm throw there on 1st down. He located his tight end, made a nice easy pitch and catch.
Hoping he can break a tackle or two. Wasn't able to do that there, but still good yardage.
Run. Pitch. Inside zone split.
2nd and 6.
Running is Jacobs. 3 yards is half of what they needed. Now can they get the other 3 here on 3rd down?
Not a big run, not an explosive run, but they've held the ball for plenty of plays on this drive. They're just trying to impose their will on the defense right now.
There are 6 categories: extend, shotgun pass, convex post, slant stick.
Here comes play number 9 now as they come up on a 3rd and 3. To throw, it's Carr. Able to find Waller. That's complete. And they've got it inside the 10 at the 8. They're able to convert on 3rd down, and that sets up a 1st and goal.
A field goal helps, but a touchdown gets you the lead. That had to be the message transmitted in the huddle. And they delivered there as that throw is going to keep the drive alive. And even better than that, set them up with a 1st and goal.
Entering play call, shotgun pass. There are 6. Play type. There are 8. Formation. There are 8 category. Play type. Run. Pitch. There are outside. Inside. AHP blunt dive. Empty and AHP plunge.
The kicker fest so far. All points via field goals. They're hoping to change that right here.
Cross button.
Here's Jacobs. Give him 4 on the carry there at 2nd and goal.
That's good power football on 1st and goal. A lot of teams will throw from there. But that's a nice job to chew up a few more yards and get yourself closer to the goal line.
Empty and AHP plunge.
Let's go, man. Let's go, boy. Let's go.
So the ball position now at the 3. Here's 2nd and goal.
Jacobs again. But he will go backwards as he's stopped for a loss.
That second down play nets a -4.
And now 3rd and goal coming up. The loss on 2nd down. That just means this crowd's going to get even louder. And they'll get a little bit of extra help from the defenders as they exhort them to join them in the effort.
Entering play call inside. Play hike, air right, RPO. Rip pass. Rip pass, air, standard pass, shotgun, convex, slant stick.
A pretty big play now in this AFC Championship. 3rd and goal.
Cross button.
Now Carr.
Square button.
And that is incomplete. That'll bring up 4th down as his Cincy defense stands up on 3rd.
Well, so a drive that spans all that time, and yet you may only come away with 3 points here.
Well, your defense, all right, they actually like these long drives. They get to rest over on the sidelines for a while. But when you're not finishing with points in terms of touchdowns, that's frustrating. They've got to figure out how to close out these long drives and get 6s instead of 3s.
Slant stick.
What now?
They'll go for it. It's Carr. And that is caught. Touchdown, Raiders. Davante Adams from 8 yards out. And the Raiders' decision to go for it pays off with 6 points.
Big 4th down conversion for the score, and the defense, that is a tough pill to swallow.
Big time for them. How about them just deciding to go for it on 4th down? And, forget the field goal, because that looked like an easy 3 points. Yeah, you might have had a defensive breakdown in there, but they pressed the issue and found a way to get it into the end zone. Give them big credit for that.
Extra point by Carlson, up and good. And they take the lead here at 7-6. So that one a 13-play drive in total.
And Davante Adams able to finish things with a touchdown reception.
Kickoff left is selected.
Out is the kickoff unit as they run up and send this one away. And they're going to mark that where it went out of bounds. So really good starting field position up past the 40-yard line.
Entering play call, coach suggestions, there are 6 categories.
Burrow going to lead up the Bengals here, 1st and 10
at their own 43.
From the gun, he'll set up to throw.
To Mixon on the check down. It'll go down as a gain of 6, and that'll make it 2nd down.
They'd love to just strike back with a touchdown right here, and if it's a long play, so be it. But the main goal, get a couple of 1st downs, run some plays, run some clock, allow their defense to get a chance to catch their breath, settle down, and relax a little bit after they just gave up a score.
Throwing again on 2nd down. Burrow trying to lay one up deep. And on the left sideline, he caught it, but out of bounds, according to the head linesman. Incomplete, so the ball a little late getting there, and it's 3rd down.
But whatever they called on defense, they made sure they were ready for the pass on that snap, made the proper adjustments, and helped force an incompletion.
Here we go.
The offense on 3rd down tonight, they've only converted once in 4 tries. This is 3rd and 4. They're passing here, Joe Burrow. That's the tight end, Hurst, with it.
And they'll get this down to around the 47-yard line.
I thought they might take a shot down the field, but instead they ran a little drag route there. I think they were hoping he could catch it and run away from the defender. But a really good job keeping the play in front of them, and they force a 4th down.
Entering play call, coach suggestions. There are 6 categories.
One, ready?
Needing the tough yards, they run it with their fullback. And he is going to have the Bengals first down as they manage to convert, and that'll keep the drive alive.
Just a gain of 3, but they'll certainly take it as they convert on 4th down.
Gun.
Mixon with a first down carry, and he's going to get stopped up quickly. Give him a yard down to the 43.
Oh, there's plenty of traffic waiting for him up the middle, but give him credit, he tried barreling through anyway. They're fortunate to get a yard out of that one.
Here we go.
Here's 2nd and 9, just a yard on that last run. Once again, they run with Mixon, and he's dropped right at the 40. Gain of 3.
I do know from experience that when you slow down someone's running game, you're now doing the dictating on defense, and guess what? Now you're getting ready to tee off on their quarterback because they have to throw it all the time. But you still have to be alert for the draws and other plays of that nature to make sure you don't get hurt.
7th play. Throwing there, but this pass is going to wind up incomplete.
From a defensive perspective, they had exactly what you want anytime they want to throw the football. There was pressure on the quarterback. They were getting after him, and they tightened down on the receivers and forced the incompletion.
So now on comes the field goal unit, and wow, this is no ordinary try here. They'll spot it at the 47, so call it a 57-yard attempt. And this is good from 57 yards out. That was bombs away right there. And they jump back in front here. It's 9-7. So he's been a busy man here in this first half. That's 3 field goals for him now.
And not just 3 field goals, but 3 for 3. So even though the offense has struggled a bit putting it in the end zone, they've still been able to come away with points due to his leg.
So after the made field goal, here's McPherson to send this one away. Phillips, he's not going to bring this one out, so they will begin the drive at the 25.
So out come the Raiders.
Well, the football changing hands here as this offense takes the field. Charles, they'll be fine with more of the same on this upcoming drive. Last time out, they found the end zone for 6.
And they're certainly hoping for more of the same, but the game plan, I doubt it'll just be a carbon copy of the last drive because I think this offense is ready to break out some new wrinkles and try some new things that might be hidden in their playbook. They want to use that confidence to its advantage, while also keeping the defense from anticipating what's up next.
And he takes us beyond the 35 before going out of bounds. That one good for 13 and a Raider first down.
Let's make this one simple. What a catch, especially the finishing part of getting his feet in bounds, toe tapping, and of course, foot dragging.
Little tapestry, if you will.
Oh, I like it.
Call, shotgun pass, there are 6 categories. Play, run, pitch, there are 7, out, inside handoff. AHP blunt up, inside zones click.
So here's a 1st and 10 at the 38. Running it with Jacobs. And he'll take this ahead for about 4. 2nd down coming up.
And that was a quality play to start a new set of downs. That was simply an offensive line winning the battle up front and winning in a big way and giving their guy in the backfield a nice lane to hit.
Quick pass, shotgun pass, convex, slant stick.
Following the pickup of 4, here's 2nd and 6. Here's Carr to throw. He'll find his tight end. That's Waller.
And they're going to get this up to midfield.
Many different ways to create space, but on that play, he did it with that big, wide body of his. Didn't get a whole lot of yardage on the play, but it did what it was supposed to. Pick up a 1st down.
Entering play call, shotgun pass, there are 6 categories. Play type, run. Pitch, there are 7 categories. Inside zones click.
for Jacobs. And they go backwards here, losing yardage back at the 48-yard line. That play ended for a net loss thanks to Javon Hargrave.
An interesting and intriguing decision there defensively because they kept extra DBs on the field despite seeing the multiple tight end look that came out for the offense.
I thought they were going to switch out of it. I didn't know if they felt they didn't have time or what the case was.
Well, in any event, the extra speed allowed for great penetration as they stuffed that one behind the line of scrimmage.
Play action pass, shotgun pick, convex, slant stick.
So the first down run lost a couple. Now they come up 2nd and 12. Card out of throw. That's complete to his tight end, Waller. And they get to him after a gain of 6 to the 46.
Let's not quibble about the gain there on 2nd down. That was a positive play because that was a take-what-you-can-get situation. Got out to the tight end. Now it gives him much better opportunity to convert on 3rd down.
Triangle button.
Throwing his car on 3rd down.
Triangle button.
Toward the sideline, he will have the first down. Good catch. He was able to keep the feet in bounds. It's a 7-yard gain there, and it's good enough to move the chains.
And that's how you pick up a first down. Not only does he make the catch, but has enough body control to get his feet down in bounds, toe tapping and dragging to make sure he gets it done.
Entering play call, shotgun pass, play type, there, run. Formation, there, goal line, gun, weak, strong, I form, single back, wing pair, empty and HD plunge.
So here's a 1st and 10 at the 38. AFC title game, 2nd quarter action, 2 minutes to play.
Entering play call.
A reminder that coming up in 2 minutes' time, we'll check in with Jonathan Coachman from Orlando. He'll have highlights and analysis of this first half of play.
Cross button. Triangle
Throwing
button.
on 1st down is Carr.
Cross button.
Catch made, it's Marone. And he's going to get this down near the 25.
And what a nice example there of a tight end doing exactly what he needs to do. How about how he worked his way to the outside, made sure he secured the catch, and then anything after that, we count that as a bonus. And indeed, he gets enough for the first down.
Entering play call, wing pair, formation, there are 8 categories. Play type, there are 8, run, pass, shotgun, play action, shotgun, convex, slant stick.
Again, it's Carr.
R1 button.
And a quick throw here, that's complete. And they've got it inside the 10 at the 8. The Raiders going to use one of their timeouts as they'll get a chance to talk it over after picking up the first down.
Entering play call, shotgun pass, there are 6 play type, there are 8 categories, there run, H, there are 7, out, inside handoff, H, inside zone split.
What now?
Carr going to give it to Jacobs. And he'll take it into the end zone for a Raider touchdown. Josh Jacobs, an 8-yard touchdown run. And the Raiders have taken the lead here in this AFC title game. Well, he finishes off the drive with a touchdown run, Charles. Remember, he also had a catch on this drive as well.
And that's what running backs want to be in today's NFL, a complete back. 3 downs, stay on the field, run it, and catch it. And he gets it done.
Entering play call, coach suggestions. There are 8 categories. You have 15 options. That attempt is selected.
Carlson down to add the extra point. Oh, he missed it. No good. So this remains a 4-point game.
Entering play call, special teams, you have 6 options, kickoff left is selected.
Set now to kick this one away, and off it goes. Very short kick taken right at the 20. And they'll get him down inside the 30 at the 27. And out now, here come the Bengals. It was still more than a minute to go in the half. Time to try to mount a drive.
And I would think that they would have to. This is today's NFL. You got to push it whenever you get an opportunity. You can never have enough points with the high-powered offenses that you face. And analytics will tell you, try and score when given the opportunity.
Here we go, here we go.
Now Burrow on first down. Over the middle, that's caught by Chase.
Entering
and give him 6 yards here as he stopped near the 35 at the 34. The Bengals going to use the second of their timeouts as they'll stop it with just over a minute to go before halftime.
Coach suggestions. There are 6 categories.
Looking to throw again on second down. Burrow, he's got his big tight end. That's Hurst. First down now, but that clock rolling. Now it's Burrow. He will find his man Chase complete. Now he's going to get this all the way down inside the 35. That's good for 28 yards.
Forget height and catch radius. When you run the fade really well, run down the defender, kind of take him a little bit towards the middle of the field, and then fade to the sideline and give your quarterback some space, it can be executed that well, just as we saw.
Now a nice play defensively on first down as this is knocked away and incomplete.
And not a common sight, at least on this drive. A momentary setback, though, for this passing game that has been moving well this series. Good thing for them, though. Still 2 more downs to connect and try and pick up another first down.
So now 2nd and 10 after the incompletion on first down. Again, it's Burrow. To the right side and complete to Hurst. And offensively, they'll take the timeout with 6 seconds left in the second quarter.
Entering play call, coach suggestions. There are 6 categories.
So on third down, the field goal unit will come out as they'll try to get 3 before half. On the right hash, it's a 43-yard attempt. McPherson's kick is good, and that'll bring him back within a point. So yes, they'll still be down going into intermission, but the deficit is now made even smaller, very manageable.
Yeah, and if nothing haywire happens here in this last couple of precious seconds, they will go into the locker room with a nice bounce in their step, having gotten a little bit closer on the scoreboard.
So barring a touchback, this likely the final act of the half as the kick is away.
And this will be a touchback as that sails over the end line.
Categories. There are 7 subcategories. Options set to inside handoff. 50 plays. You have 4 options. Ground is coach. Inside zone split. On plan. There are 8. Coach inside. Inside. AHP misdirection. On plan, there are 8 categories. Blitz count. Player, there are 8 categories. You have 7 options. Formation, there are 8 play type, there are 8 categories. Formation, special, hail, special teams, field goal, there, punt type.
And we're going to get a timeout with 2 seconds remaining in the second quarter.
AHP blunt dive. Play type, parallel formation, parallel, play type, S. Special, RP, special, block management, specialty, block fix spike, fix spike ball, fix spike, Ubing heel.
He'll take the knee, and the final couple seconds will tick by in this first half. So we are halfway home to figuring out who will represent the AFC in the Super Bowl. As we'll head down to Orlando, that's where we find our man Jonathan Coachman at our EA Sports Halftime Report. Coach.
All right, Brandon, thanks. As always, one half remains in the battle to see who will take home that Lamar Hunt trophy and represent the AFC. On now to a check on the next-gen stats for the Raiders in that first half. And you'll see they've continued to run the ball well. It's been a staple of theirs all year as they look to move forward in these playoffs. Meanwhile, for the Bengals, and they'll need to get things in gear as they trail here at the break. Both these teams going through their final adjustments before the second half. Which one will lift the Lamar Hunt trophy? To find out, let's go back out to Brandon and Charles.
Defend medium pass.
All right, Coach, thanks. Yeah, both teams likely to make some changes in what's been a closely fought battle to this point.
One more half to decide who takes home the Lamar Hunt trophy as we're back underway in this AFC Championship. And they will not get a chance to return this one as it's through the end zone for a touchback. Out comes the Raiders offense. They'll go on offense first to start quarter number 3.
And I think here with the lead, CD, they have to resist that temptation of kind of looking ahead. Would you agree?
Absolutely, I would agree, because they know the stakes. They know the winner of this game goes to the Super Bowl. And this one, it's far from over. They were the better team in the first half, but they do know that they're facing their toughest opponent of the year. And they've got to be prepared for them to fight it out all the way and add a few extra wrinkles in the second half as well. They need to stay on guard.
And he's going to get a solid gain of 9 before being brought down. Second and right at a yard.
And that's staying ahead of the chains. Really good pickup on first down, hitting the tight end there. Now brings up a second and manageable.
Just found a hole in that zone. Maybe a good spot to take a shot. Here's second and a yard from the 34. Going on the ground with Jacobs. And he'll be brought down right around the 37. They'll get 3 as the drive continues. It's a first down.
And Brandon, you know that expression? He just does what he does. It sounds trite, doesn't it? But in this case, it's perfectly apt. This is one of the better runners in the NFL. And all he does is just find avenues, find ways to pick up key first downs and big runs.
50 options, empty and AHP plunge, select AHP blunt dive. Empty and AHP plunge.
Line of scrimmage, the 37 on 1st and 10. Once again, it's Jacobs. Oh, he's got some breathing room.
And a pretty good burst there as he'll get this across midfield and down to the 46. 103 yards rushing for him now as he goes over the century mark here in this AFC title game.
Well, you certainly have to give a little credit here because they're playing this game now at their pace. This is ball control football, sustained runs, taking their time and making it work.
Inside handoff. There are 7 categories. You have 50 options. Empty and AHP plunge. AHP blunt. Empty and AHP plunge.
So they'll come up in Bengals territory now with a 1st and 10 at the 46. Jacobs going to try the middle. And nothing much materializing there on the first down run. He'll get a couple, and that's it.
Defensively, we always know that he is tough in run support, and I think the way that he gets there is he understands what an offense is going to do before the ball's even snapped. A great job of scouting prior to the game, then reading, reacting, and taking the right path to the ball carrier.
The last run got a couple. Here's 2nd and 8. Now they'll throw with Carr. Firing quickly here, and that's complete. And he's got another first down as the tackle's going to be made at the Bengals 28. It's a pickup of 16 there, and it'll lead to a new set of downs.
Well, that's always a good place to throw it just because he's one of the biggest targets not only on this team but in the National Football League.
And you and I both know the quarterbacks love these large-bodied tight ends, and why not? Nowadays, they're really wide receivers who are just taller and have a little bit more weight. These guys catch the football, make big plays downfield. In the old days, we wanted them to block. Now coaches want them to catch the football first.
AHP inside zone split.
Here's Jacobs on 1st and 10. And he'll be taken down just shy of the red zone at the 21. A solid run on first down. Gain of 7 leaves him with a 2nd and 3.
Well, no matter how they phrase it, staying on schedule, staying ahead of the sticks, whatever you want to call it, 7 yards on first down, that fits the bill.
AHP blunt dive. Empty and AHP plunge.
A good run, got 7 on first. Here's 2nd and 3. They'll stay on the ground with Jacobs. Call it a gain of 3, but not enough to move the sticks. It'll be 3rd and about a foot or 2.
You know that old expression, it's not my night? It hasn't been his so far. I don't know if the legs are a little bit heavy. Sometimes having to hang out all day and play doesn't exactly play to your advantage, but it's been a tough go for him.
And every time he looks up, somebody's there defensively. That was the same case on that play.
AHP blunt dive.
And with the play clock reading 4, we're going to get a timeout. It's just their first, so 2 remaining as they burn one here in this 3rd quarter.
Enter AHP blunt dive. Inside zone split. Empty and AHP plunge.
This will be the 8th play of the drive, and it's 3rd and inches. Trying to run for it with Jacobs. And he's able to pick up the first down before he's tackled right at the 10.
123 yards for him on the ground now. He has been a tough man to bring down all night.
Looks to me like maybe there's a little attrition setting in with this drive, because when you see that type of a run, I get the feeling the defense getting a little bit tired.
And that's the last thing they need, especially when they look up at the scoreboard.
Entering play call, inside handoff. There are 7 categories. You have 50 options and AHP blunt dive. Inside zone split. Cross button.
Here's Jacobs. And running room hard to come by here. He gets it down to the 8. He'll get 2 out of that run, and it's going to bring up a 2nd and goal. Defensively, pretty good start there with their backs against the wall.
That's a win for the stop troops right there. And if I'm them, I get a little bolder now. They won the first battle. Keep coming after them. Put the pressure on them.
Here's 2nd and goal, operating from the 8-yard line. Running straight ahead is Jacobs. And maybe a measure of revenge there. He's had his way in this one, but this time they get him behind the line. They give those 2 yards right back, and now they're looking at a 3rd and 10.
Well, that was one of the few times they've been able to contain him thus far. He's over 100 yards for the game, but he lost a bit off his total on that carry.
Entering play call, inside handoff, there are 7. Play, RPO, run, pass. Quick pass, there are 6. Standard pass, shotgun pass, convexy post, slant stick.
Big play coming here. It's 3rd and goal.
Carr
gonna throw.
R1 button.
And they're gonna get it. They bring it down the sandbag at the 16-yard line. Javon Hargrave in there to drop him for a 6-yard loss, and that will lead to 4th down.
3rd and goal, they decided to throw for it, but how about the play defensively? Couldn't find anyone open, left him nowhere to go with the football, had to absorb the sack.
Entering play call, coach suggestions.
So Carr exits on 4th down, and on comes Daniel Carlson for the field goal try.
A 33-yarder from the left hash. Carlson able to put this one through. And high fives for that one as that drive ends in 3.
Well, looking at it from a defensive perspective, that keeps the deficit very, very manageable. You know, all things considered, not a bad job on the defensive side.
I would say that you pointed out something pretty good right there, and that is you actually have both sides happy with that exchange. You know, happy in quotes, of course. One team, hey, we've kept it within range. The other side saying, hey, we put points on the board and did stretch out the lead. Let's see how this one turns out.
Yeah, still bottom line, though, 3 points for the opening drive of the 3rd quarter.
On is the Raider kickoff unit now as they will send this one away. Taken in at the 3. And he'll be stopped up at the 25.
So here are the Bengals now as they get their first possession of this 2nd half.
And their deficit a little wider now than it was at halftime following the field goal a moment ago.
But the goal is still the same because you know they want to come out, establish a rhythm in the 2nd half, and get going. Make no mistake about it, though. Kicking field goals, not in their game plan. They need to get the ball in the end zone.
You can just kind of sense the momentum turning here. It's 1st and 10. Burrow going to fake to mix it and now look to throw. He'll find his running back, Joe Mixon. And this will be a gain of 5 as he gets it to the 30.
Now that's the type of play that gives you a chance to win. Nothing forced downfield where you don't have a guy open. Swing it out to the back, on maybe even check it down, whatever you want to call it. Gain of 5. You're just trying to get 4 on 1st down. They're ahead of the chains now.
Ball on the 30. They'll come up with a 2nd and 5.
180.
Here's Burrow setting up to throw it. Got a man open. It's Chase. Burrow to his old LSU teammate Chase for a Bengal first.
It's got to be so tough having the ball in the middle of the field like that, knowing that a linebacker is just waiting to make a big tackle like we just saw.
No doubt about it, because offense coordinators love to call plays to send receivers into the middle of the field. And linebackers, they want to naturally discourage those plays from being called.
So here's a 1st and 10 at the 38. Here's Burrow. Throw left side, caught by the tight end Hurst. And they're going to get this up to midfield.
Couple of 1st downs right in succession, and this is an offense that could really use a good drive, and they're off to a fast start here.
Entering play call, coach suggestions. There are 6 categories.
Here we go. 43.
Burrow going to give this to Mixon.
And he can only manage to get a couple.
Call,
2nd and 8 coming up.
I have to think a major focus of the halftime meetings had to be figuring out how to create space for the running game to get operating.
Well, what you pointed out to me at half seems accurate. That line has struggled to sustain blocks.
Yeah, I would agree with that totally. They've got to focus on staying on their double teams at the first level, make sure that block's secured before they slide off and try and chip someone at the second level.
End up losing 5 yards on the play, and it'll be a 3rd and about 13.
Now, I'm not putting him in the Hall of Fame, but if you look at the great linebackers in history, they all have that ability to innately sense where a play is going, sometimes even before the ball snaps, and they're there and they end up making the play.
Play call, coach suggestions. There are 6 categories.
Here we go.
The Raiders call on a nickel set here for 3rd down.
Here we go.
Now Burrow. He's going to air one out. He's got a man complete. A big play there as they get the conversion on 3rd and 13. And you need a big play? Go to your big play guy.
Listen, that's football 101. When you have to have it, you expect that guy to step up. A lot of people call these receivers divas. Sometimes just leadership when they get in the huddle and say, get me the ball. I'm about to make a big play.
Entering play call, coach suggestions. There are 6 categories.
So after the big play, look at this, all the way down at the 15 now on 1st and 10. From the red zone now, they'll look to throw to the end zone, but it's incomplete.
On that snap, he's the hero of his defense after the play he just made. A one-possession game, and his hit kept it exactly that.
After the incomplete pass, here now is 2nd and 10. Burrow will throw. They'll set up the screen here to Mixon. And they're going to lose some on this play. Being knocked back to the 18. They'll wind up losing 3 here on the play. And that'll make it 3rd and 13. Now that screen there on 2nd down certainly didn't develop how they had hoped. Is that one they should have even tried, or is that one the quarterback sticks in his pocket?
I think the latter. I like what you said there, because trying is one thing. We can second guess just about every call. But in this case, when you realize it is broken down, just throw it at the feet of your intended receiver so that no one can pick it off, right? You don't have the ball tipped up in the air, and you come back and try and pick up the 1st down on 3rd down. That way you don't lose any yardage.
Now on 3rd and long, they'll look to throw. Now Burrow loses the football. And they are going to set up shop at the 32-yard line. And just as they thought they might be able to take that across and get the lead, a big red zone turnover.
I know that I am defense-centric, and I want to give them a whole lot of credit, but I just can't believe after that drive, in that position, ball security paramount, they turn the ball over.
Entering
Terrible.
play call, play type. There are 8 categories. There are 6. Run. Pitch. There are 7. Inside hand. Inside zone split. AHPM.
Carr and the Raiders come up 1st and 10 at about the 32. They'll begin on the ground with Jacobs. And nothing much materializing there on the 1st down run. He'll get a couple, and that's it.
You've got to be impressed by the defensive front on reps like those. They were not being moved up the line, kept their shoulders square, and gave their teammates time to fight to the ball and limit that game.
Slant stick. Cross button. Cross button.
Throwing on 2nd and 8. Carr.
Square button.
He'll find Moreau here. And able to get this one across the 45 before he's brought down. That one good for 13 and a Raider first down. That tight end position, it just seems to continue to evolve every year in the NFL.
Yeah, you're getting really terrific athletes. A lot of them maybe were wide receivers at one point. They continue to give you speed, great hands, and big bodies, which make them excellent targets for quarterbacks.
Pitch, error 7, out, inside handoff. AHP blunt dive, empty and AHP plunge.
Here's a handoff to Jacobs. And he's fortunate to get anything from that, giving a yard up to the 49.
Well, sometimes you just have to give credit to the defense. Great job there at the point of attack, holding up. They won their battles at the line of scrimmage, left him no space to try and run. A really nice job swarming to the ball carrier.
Quick standard pass. X slice across.
Second and 9.
Cross button.
Now Carr.
R1 button.
Toward the sideline, and look at that catch. Dragging the toes, and that's going to be a first down. Well done. And with that catch, he goes over 100 yards receiving on the night.
Let's just make this one simple. Could he be any more open than he was on that play?
Yeah, they lost him going to the outside.
Hard to believe because you go through your accounting on each and every defensive snap. Who's got who, what defense you're in. That was totally a blown coverage.
Outside handoff. In QB run. Inside handoff. QFB run. Draw.
So they'll come up in Bengals territory now with a 1st and 10 at the 41. Carr defers to Jacobs on the draw. And for one of the first times all night, he is going to go nowhere as they bury him behind the line. 2 yards the loss, 2nd and 12.
When a draw works, it can be a thing of beauty. But when it doesn't, oh, it can be ugly. And in this case, loss of yardage ugly.
Entering play call, draw, error 7 category. Play type, RPO. Run, pass. Screen pass, there, Hail Mary. Quick pass, standard pass, shotgun pass. Mexico, slant stick.
Now they contend with a 2nd and 12 after the loss.
Cross button.
Now Carr. He'll find his tight end. That's Waller. And he's going to be taken down at about the 33.
It certainly feels like there are more stars at the tight end position than there were even 10 years ago. And I think it's become more of a glamour position because of the ways it can hurt a defense. And guys want to be involved. They can be in line, close to the line of scrimmage. They can split out like receivers. But hands, route running, speed, and some toughness to go across the middle. You put it all together, you got a heck of a tight end candidate.
One quarter remains for the right to go on to the Super Bowl. You're watching the NFL on EA Sports. Back now in Cincinnati. It's the Raiders with the lead and the football here as we get ready to start quarter number 4. Trying to keep the drive going here. This is play number 7 on 3rd and 2. Now Carr. Able to find Waller. That's complete. And he's got another first down as the tackle's going to be made at the Bengals' 20-yard line. The Raiders on the move, a couple of big plays in succession.
And that certainly appears to be a critical conversion right there, because not only do they keep the drive going, they take valuable time off the clock as well. They have to feel really good about that last completion.
Entering play call, shotgun pass, there are 6 category, play, run, pitch, there are 7 category, out, inside handoff, AHP power G, empty and AHP plunge.
Back to the running game with Jacobs. Logan Wilson that time there to bring him down.
Well, they certainly had success throwing the ball on this drive, and not as much running it as we just saw once again on that last play. Stopped after a very short gain. But I wouldn't abandon the run totally, because otherwise, pass rushers just tee off on your quarterback. Makes it very, very difficult for him in that situation.
It's showtime, baby.
Second down, Jacobs once more. And he is in. Touchdown, Raiders. Josh Jacobs, his second touchdown of the night. And the Raiders are closing in on a Super Bowl berth now as they extend their fourth quarter lead. We talk so often about how hard it is to win in the NFL when you turn the ball over, and here a late turnover leads to a fourth quarter touchdown and a 2-score lead.
And what's more important is being able to take advantage when a turnover presents itself. You've got to come up with points to make the other guy pay. They're able to do so here, and they've got a pretty good chance now of winning this football game.
Slant stick.
And now the Raiders will face an important 2-point conversion attempt here. Carr will look to throw. And this one's caught. And their fourth quarter lead grows by a couple more. He hits the big target for the 2-point try. Defenses hate those guys, especially around the goal line.
It's hard to decide who you're going to put on him. Are you going to put a smaller corner on him? Are you going to put a safety who doesn't have maybe the same coverage skills? How about a linebacker? He may have the size, but he's not used to really covering in space. That's why the tight end gives you such a great advantage when you're throwing the football.
Teams, you have 6 options. Kickoff left is selected.
The kickoff team on the field now as they will send this one away. Right after the touchdown to extend their lead, now maybe opening the door a little bit there by allowing starting field position at the 40. Well, you don't see that often. He just mishit it, and it goes out of bounds.
Well, I know sitting up here, and I'm looking at you, and you're looking at me, and I know we're both thinking the same thing. Isn't it easy enough to keep it between the sidelines? Because unless you're intentionally doing it for some reason, well, that's a costly mishit, and now you put your team in a bad spot.
Burrow and the Bengals with a 1st and 10 at the 40. He'll look to throw. He's going to have the hook up here to Chase. This will be stopped about 2 yards shy of the marker. 8-yard gain, 2nd and 2. Fourth quarter, every drive so critical, and you figure may only get one more shot after this, so a touchdown's imperative on this drive.
It is, but you also have to think to yourself in play calling. Don't hold anything back. Don't save it for the second touchdown. You got the first one for the second one to even matter.
On second down, here's Mixon. And some space here. And he takes this one down almost all the way to the 30. That burst good for 20 and a first down. Now, yes, a 2-possession game, but a good chunk of time on the clock, so they have the ability still there to run it on second short, but maybe they need to pick it up a bit.
You're right. They did pick up the first down there, but they, as you mentioned, they have to pick up the pace now because it's a 2-possession game. They've got to get there twice to make sure they have a chance to win.
Here we go.
So here's a 1st and 10 now in Raider territory. Down at the 31. Now it's Burrow. And oh, that nearly their first pick of the game, but it falls down to the ground incomplete.
That certainly appeared to be a play call where they were just trying to make second down, second and short. I think they thought the coverage was off a little bit more than it was. Nice job there pressing up on it and forcing the incompletion.
On 2nd and 10, Burrow got his man complete over the middle. That's Boyd. And they're going to move it down inside the 25. One thing I think that's safe to say defensively, the tackling's been really good.
And because of that, it's been very, very hard for them to move the ball because you're not getting the benefits of run after catch. You tackle them almost on the spot. That means you have to run extra plays, harder to move it.
They give to Mixon to try to pick it up. And they take him down, losing yardage back at the 27. That'll back him up 2 yards and also bring up 4th.
There's no question that coming into this game, this defense was pretty vocal about its desire to take this running back out of his game. And all that pregame wolfing has turned into results.
Entering play call, coach suggestions. There are 6 categories.
So on 4th down, off goes Burrow. On comes Evan McPherson for the Bengal field goal. This from 44 yards out, left hash. McPherson's kick is good. And that lead is back down to 9 now.
So yet another field goal to end the drive. That has been a very common theme. He's now hit 5 of them in this game.
Yeah, Brandon, as an offense, you hate that you've had to call on your kicker so often. But you have to love the fact that time and time again, he's come through.
So after the made field goal, here's McPherson to send this one away. From the 10. A solid return, pretty good field position. They'll start at the 32. Here comes the offense again, and let's focus on Josh Jacobs for a moment.
He's already hit pay dirt twice. He's up over 100 yards. He is feeling good.
He's just zipping along today. Everything coming together for him. It's that type of a day that you see him back. Just kind of have a grin on his face every time his number is called. Because he doesn't feel like there are going to be any lost yardage plays. Nothing but big-time positive runs.
Making the sideline grin as well.
Slant stick.
Carr and the Raiders come up 1st and 10 at about the 32. They'll come out throwing here to start the drive. And Waller taking it in over the middle. And able to get this one across the 45 before he's brought down. Give him a first down, 15 yards that time for the Raiders.
The passing game continues to be going back to that well.
Yeah, with their overall philosophy, you know that they trust their quarterback. He's been able to throw it well. They continue to throw these safe passes.
Shotgun
Who can
pass.
blame
There
them?
are 6 categories. You have play type. There are run. Pitch. There are 7 inside handoff. AHD blunt dive.
A big hitter to start the drive has him up near midfield here for 1st and 10. On the handoff, this is Jacobs. Oh, what a move.
158 yards on the ground for him now as he has gotten better, really, as the night's gone on.
I'm guessing you'd say this is kind of the key here. Grind out some yardage, work on that clock, see if you can continue to tick it down.
Definitely, you want to bleed things out at this point, right? Continue to possess the football, gain some yardage, and put the onus on the defense. Do they have to use timeouts? What are they going to do to stop you? You're taking charge.
Call, inside handoff. There are 7 categories. You have 50 options. Empty and HD play type. RPO. Run. Pass. Quick pass. There are 6. Hail Mary. Screen pass. WR screen.
Back-to-back good plays have them on the move on 1st down. Here's Carr to throw.
R1 button.
They'll try and set up the screen. It's complete. And the play goes nowhere, losing yardage back near the 40 at the 39. He was unable to shake free there. They'll cover him for a loss of a yard.
Well, if you're going to turn things around in a game like this, Charles, those are the kind of plays that you need.
And I just love the way that defense rallied to the football on that one. They got the completion, but he was smothered behind the line of scrimmage. And when you make tackles like that, your whole defense is going to be fired up. Really nice play getting to the ball.
On second down, Jacobs. Oh, no, he lost the football. They'll wind up getting 4 down to the 36. And the Bengals have recovered it.
Partner, that one looked like it was over. I mean, they had control, had the football, and the defense had to make a play in order to keep them in the game. That's exactly what they did.
And now that door ajar, 2-score game, so hold on here, not done in the 4th.
There's a look at receiver Jamar Chase as the Bengals get set to go on offense.
And I know that they've double-teamed him a couple times, but not a ton. Whatever they're doing is...
And now before the ball changes hands, they're going to take a look at this just to make sure that they have it right.
The previous play is under review.
Now the question, was the knee in fact down before this ball comes loose? And is the video convincing enough to overturn it?
A lot of factors here. Remember, you also need clear possession of the football afterwards. This is a tough one to overturn.
Entering play call, play type, there are 8 categories, there are 7 subcategories.
Overturn. They say the knee was down, and that will not be ruled a fumble.
Inside handoff, AHP blunt dive.
So possession still theirs, but now they face a 3rd down.
Jacobs now. Well, this is going to depend on the spot, but it's not a very generous one. He looks to be about a yard or so short. And he's just short. He got 6 of the 7 he needed, so that leaves a decision here on 4th and a yard.
This drive is turning into an extended one, and the guy carrying the ball, he's becoming more like a body blows guy. Every carry is putting some damage on the defense. So after a while, I'm not too sure how many guys are going to want to run up and tackle him.
Entering play call, coach suggestions. There are 8 categories. You have 15 options. Field goal 46 yards is selected.
So a big one coming now for Daniel Carlson. Made his first. This now from 46 yards away. And that hits the right upright and caroms away. It's no good. And that'll keep this a 9-point game. So plenty of leg, but it's the accuracy there that lets him down.
Yeah, he hit it really well. I think this might have been good from 55. But you'll see it just conk off that upright. And they're denied a chance at 3 points.
But now this offense comes back out onto the field. And they are in need of points here, no doubt about that. With a Super Bowl berth on the line and trailing here in the 4th quarter. This possession, gigantic.
A very good starting field position from the Bengals here as they come up 1st and 10 at their 36-yard line. Burrow looking to pass.
Quick slant caught by Chase.
And he'll have it past midfield almost to the 40 before being taken down. A good pickup there at 22.
All right, this is the time of the game where they're down a couple of scores. And they've really got to get some yards in chunks. And they know the defense doesn't want to give those up, but they've got to find a way to take them anyway.
Now the question is, can they string a few of those together?
Call, coach suggestions. There are 6 categories.
Here we go. Here we go.
Throwing now, Burrow on 1st down. Now the Raiders have got him.
Chandler Jones coming in from that outside linebacker spot. He gets him down. It's a loss of 5. But just not much a quarterback can do there, CD. The pressure was in his face almost instantaneously. Led to a very quick sack.
Yeah, that's one where you turn to your lineman and say, guys, can I get a little help here? And you have to ask politely because, remember, they're blocking for you the entire game. But as a quarterback, you've also got to have the clock running in your head when you need to get rid of the football. But this time, he had no chance. They were on him instantly.
Here we go.
As we check the next-gen stats, you'll see he had precious little time to do anything with the football there. Another try after the first down sack. Burrow, he gets this in the hands of Mixon. And that play goes nowhere. Taken down, losing yardage at the 50, right at midfield. It'll be a loss of 2, maybe 3 on the play. And they're going to be staring at a 3rd and long here.
I thought that wasn't a bad time to call the screen. I thought late game, down on the scoreboard, had to figure they were expecting a pass downfield.
Yeah, so the edge rushers, they're coming. That could have hit big. You're right. Good recognition defensively to snuff that one out.
Here we go.
1st and 2nd down were a disaster. Both went backwards. Now it's 3rd and 18. They need something big. From midfield now, Burrow. He's going to launch this thing way downfield. And that is caught at the 10-yard line. Touchdown, Bangles. Jamar Chase, 50 yards. And the Bengals have made it a one-score game again. Here in the 4th. So obviously they will decline the penalty there, and the result is 6 points.
That penalty is declined.
Entering play call, coach suggestions. There are 6 categories.
Evan McPherson for the extra point. And the lead is down to 2. Just a 4-play drive that time. And it was Jamar Chase who finished it off with a touchdown reception.
Entering play call, special teams. You have 6 options. Return left is selected.
After the touchdown, McPherson on to kick this one away. This one fielded at the 5. And out a little across the 25 to the 27. And now here come the Raiders. And right now they're just looking for a little more cushion, trying to make this a 2-score game. Points here would go a long way, obviously, to propelling them into the next round.
And this is where the head coach, offensive coordinator, they've had to set a tone all year long about what they do on offense. So most teams want to stay in attack mode, but you have to do it with some bit of caution, don't you? Because you can't come away with no points. You need these points here in order to feel a lot better about where they are in this game.
But this time of the year, playoffs, game of this magnitude, this is what we hope for.
Yeah, it's exactly what we hope for. You want to run your offense cautiously, but not so cautiously that you just give it up.
Carr's throw complete here to Waller. And they get him down, but not before he takes it across the 40-yard line. They may want to go back to that one. First play of the drive, good for 15 and a 1st down.
Well, how about this aggressive approach? Got the lead, 4th quarter, continuing to throw the football. Are you thinking about Super Bowl 51? Atlanta had the lead against New England, and they ended up giving it up?
I was going to say, don't say it, but you did say it.
I did, didn't I?
Yeah, anybody watching Atlanta, our apologies.
Slant stick, convexy post, play type, run. Pitch, error 7, outside handoff, inside handoff, AHP block, empty and AHP plunge.
One play has him up past the 40 already, and another 1st and 10.
Cross button.
They run it with Jacobs. And not much there at all. Maybe a yard up to the 43. I'm sure that's going to be the formula. Just keep the ball on the ground. Keep that clock moving.
And when you have the lead this late in the game, above all, stay in bounds. Yes, take care of the football. Yes, gain yardage, but stay in bounds and let that clock tick.
Yes. quick pass, there are 6, shotgun pass, comeback zip, slant stick.
On 2nd and 9, Carr. That's complete to his tight end, Waller. And he'll be tackled on the other side of midfield at the 46-yard line.
This is something you got to be wary of defensively. I mean, just because they're in the mode of trying to burn some clock doesn't mean they won't pass it. They got good yardage out of that one.
Yeah, and really, when you're looking at it, now they've got a fresh set of downs. Look for 2nd down if they want to take another shot and try and loosen things up. That'd be the time to do it.
Slant stick is selected. Play type, run. There are 7, out, inside handoff, AHB blunt dive, inside zone split.
So they'll come up in Bengals territory now with a 1st and 10 at the 46. Carr going to give it to Jacobs. And the result here, a pickup of 8. Leaves him with 2 to go on 2nd down. Good gain there on 1st down and keeps them in a running situation probably.
They did everything right on that play, didn't they? They got the leverage up front, good blocking, nice hole for him, ends up picking up nice yardage, stays in bounds to keep the clock rolling. They are in charge of this scenario right now. They want to stay that way.
And not in any rush offensively. If nothing else, they've already taken a couple minutes off the clock here already as they come up 2nd down. Now a carry for Jacobs. And he'll work it inside the 30 to the 29-yard line. 9 yards to pick up there, and it's a 1st down.
But they didn't accomplish their goal. They didn't get a stop there, gave up another 1st down. They have all 3 timeouts in their pocket. I think defensively you've got to start thinking about using them here.
I was just going to ask you at what point you think now's the go time?
I think now's the go time. I don't think you sit back and wait because they can take a lot of time off the clock between plays and run 3 to 4 and really put you in a stressful spot.
Categories. You have 50 options. Empty and AHB plunge is selected.
Once again, it's Jacobs. And they'll get him down after a pickup of 8, 2nd and 2.
I have to chuckle to myself a little bit, Brandon, because right now I can be in that huddle with that offensive line. I know exactly what they're saying. If you call a pass play here, we're going to call timeout. Run the football. We've got control of this thing. Get him behind us and let's go.
Their time to shine.
AHB blunt dive.
8 yards the gain on that last run. Here's 2nd and a couple. Jacobs going to try the middle, and he's going to have to protect the football and take his lumps here at this stage of the game as they stop him behind the line. It'll be a loss of a couple on the play, so now 3rd down coming up. 2 minutes remain, and that's our score differential as well. 2 points here in the 4th quarter. So it's Raider football as we get you reset. They're facing a critical 3rd down now as they try to hold on to this lead.
AHB blunt die, inside zone split.
They'll need 5 on this play to move the sticks.
On 3rd down, here comes Jacobs. And he's going to lose yardage and be backed up to the 25. And now we'll see a timeout used on defense as they stop it right out of the break with 1:57 to go in the ballgame.
Coach suggestions. There are 8 categories. You have 15 options. Field goal 42 yards is selected.
So on 4th down, out trots the kicker in a big spot here. This to at least make it a 5-point cushion. The kick by Carlson is good, and that will push the lead up to 5. So they get the 3, but you wonder now, is that going to be enough?
Excellent question, because when I look at the smiles on that side of the field, they're a little tight, aren't they? If they had scored a touchdown there, those would be big half-moon grins right now, because they'd feel a whole lot better about their position.
And a touchdown in the other direction, all of a sudden they're down. On is the Raider kickoff unit now, as they will send this one away. And this will not be returnable. It's out of the back of the end zone for a touchback. So Burrow and the Bengals down by 5. 1:53 remaining. A field goal won't help. They need a touchdown to send them to the Super Bowl, as they've got it 1st and 10.
6 categories.
Gun. Stop.
Throwing, Burrow. He finds his man, complete. That's Morgan. He'll be dropped after a gain of about 6 across the 30 to the 31.
Cover 1 hole is selected.
He's going to let it fly. And that's caught inside the 35. And he's going to get this all the way down inside the 35. Meanwhile, Burrow's throw here into the hands of Boyd. And he'll be brought down at the 27. Burrow.
Cover 1 hole is selected.
To the right side and complete to Hurst. And he'll go out of bounds inside the 15-yard line. The Bengals passing game finding a rhythm. They've got another first. They got exactly what they wanted there. Out route, catch, get out of bounds, stop the clock.
And I have to criticize defense here, because you know the situation. You want to keep them inbounds and have the clock run. So I'm sitting on the outside portion of the field and not letting them throw an out route. Throw anything inside and I'll make the tackle. An out route? That's not the way you're supposed to play it.
Here we go.
From the 13 now, they work on 1st and 10.
Stop.
To throw, Burrow. And this is caught. Touchdown. And they've taken the lead here in the final minute. What a game this has been, and what a drive that was, Charles, to take the lead here late in the 4th quarter.
And partner, that's a job well done by everyone, from the players to the guys calling the plays. And if I may introduce just one downside to the mix, might be a little bit too much time left. Enough on the clock for a final last-ditch effort to try and steal this win away.
Entering play call, coach suggestions. There are 6 categories.
And now remember, all touchdowns are reviewed, and in a tight game like this, they're going to take a good long look at it. They're taking a peek at whether or not those feet were in bounds, and obviously a big call here in the end zone.
And not just the feet. How about the hands? How is the ball possessed while the feet are hopefully getting down in bounds? That's what they're trying to look at to see if it all comes together.
Entering play call, coach suggestions. There are 6 categories.
So take away the touchdown there, as that's going to be ruled an incomplete pass.
Here we go.
2nd and 10. Here's Burrow. Quick hitter here, it's complete. And now they're inside the 10 as he's brought down at the 9. Burrow.
Options. Cover 1 hole is selected.
And that's going to be knocked away in the end zone. It's incomplete. Partner, they've got one chance left to keep this one going. And I think for you and me, let's think along with their offensive coordinator now. Has to think back, cycle through every play of this contest, and remember what's worked and what hasn't. Because right here, he needs the best play of the game in order to keep this one alive.
Entering play call, coach suggestions. There are 6 categories.
You're set.
Here we go. It's Burrow on 4th down. And this is caught. Touchdown. And they've taken the lead here in the final minute. Well, that is the definition, Charles, of delivering under pressure. The game-winning potential. There's still a little time left on the clock, but the potential game-winning drive, and it was well executed.
I think we're going to remember this possession for a long time. We called a bunch of games, but how about how they got it done down the stretch? Absolutely terrific. Barring some type of miraculous play in this last half minute, I think that touchdown just earned them the win. They really came up clutch when they needed it.
So now an extra point doesn't help much. They'll try to go for 2 to make the difference a field goal, and they can lead it by 3. Throwing now is Joe Burrow. And this is caught. And it's a 3-point game. So that effort gives him a 3-point cushion and guarantees that a field goal going forward won't beat them.
And that's really good strategy because that's all you care about. Not getting beat at this stage. At least give your team a fighting chance.
Entering play call, special teams, we had 6 options, return left is selected.
After the touchdown, McPherson on to kick this one away. Taken from about the 12.
R2 button.
Now it's the Raiders' turn. Trailing by 3 after the touchdown and 2-point conversion. 20 seconds to go. A field goal sends this championship game to overtime as they've got a 1st and 10.
There are 6. Hail Mary. Goal post. Triangle button. Triangle button. Triangle button.
Now a desperation throw deep downfield.
Triangle button.
That's going to be knocked away and incomplete. Darren Waller, the intended receiver, but it'll be 2nd down.
Entering play call, in area. There are 6 categories. We have 3 options. In area. Run. Pass. Fake. Pass. Standard pass. Shotgun. On Mexico. Slant stick.
Here's Carr.
R1 button. Square button.
Gets this to Waller. And a pretty little juke move there on a nice gain. And now with 4 seconds left, we get a timeout call.
There's a completion to the tight end, and I think that we're looking at something out central casting, frankly.
Absolutely. I mean, size, the hands.
Speed. I mean, you flat out run. You put that whole package together, you light up the eyes of an offensive coordinator, don't you?
Standard pass. Hail Mary. Goal post.
One final try now for Carr.
Triangle button. Triangle button.
This for all the marbles.
Triangle button. R2 button.
And a penalty flag comes in as that one winds up incomplete, but the contact is going to move the ball well downfield. So the game will continue for at least one more play.
Cannot finish a game on a defensive penalty. That's why they get one more untimed attempt.
Yes. Special. Special. Kick FG sprint. Kick FGY shovel. Punt. Kick punt off tackle. Kick punt FD path. Kick field goal 18 yards.
So here we go. Maybe the biggest kick of the game forthcoming. This to tie things up in the final minute. And his kick is right there. It's good. And in the 4th quarter, this game is tied. And we've got free football. 4 quarters done, and we're dead even. We'll have overtime after this timeout.
Eggs. Receive. Defend L. Entering play call, onside kick, kickoff left.
Well, 4 quarters couldn't decide a winner, and now we're back underway for the right to hoist that Lamar Hunt trophy.
And that'll carry over the back line of the end zone for a touchback. The Bengals getting set to go.
And, CD, we get to see the debut of the brand-new postseason overtime rules. Now, as everybody is learning, both teams are going to be guaranteed an offensive possession. So they might get the ball first here, but a touchdown does not right away win the game.
And we saw many marker games along the way that sparked a lot of conversation. But the Buffalo-Kansas City game in the 2022 playoffs, that really brought about this rule change. What an amazing game, a true classic. Ended in overtime without Buffalo getting a shot with the football, and the people didn't like that at all. So starting this season, if you make the playoffs, you'll get a chance to answer if the other team scores first. And that way, you get a chance to keep a great game as well as your hopes alive as you chase the big prize.
Burrow going to lead up the Bengals here, 1st and 10
at their 25-yard line. They'll try and start this drive in the air.
And he'll find Chase on the right side, complete.
And this will leave him a yard short. Nice pickup of 9 yards on 1st down. Well, partner, recent conference championship games that have been needed to decide who goes to the Super Bowl. What do you got?
Well, if we go back to 2015, how about Green Bay at Seattle? And it looks like Green Bay's got this thing. Russell Wilson to Jermaine Kearse, that gets it done. And then go back to 2010. We think Brett Favre with the Vikings has the destiny, but they're in New Orleans. This is Saints, and they get it done. And in overtime, go on to the Super Bowl. They won that one. They beat the Colts, correct?
Yeah, a couple of the more memorable ones for sure.
Entering play call, coach suggestions. There are 6 categories.
A touchdown would obviously be ideal to start this overtime. They'd still need to play defense, but it's 1st and 10.
Here's Burrow setting up to throw it. And down he goes. Brought down a Raider sack. The safety blitz staged to perfection that time as they sack him for a loss of 6.
How about that? One of the so-called little guys putting the pressure on. That was a strong safety. When I was in college, we often called that a lightning blitz.
Entering play call, coach suggestions. There are 6 categories.
Protection certainly going to need to be a bit better here on 2nd and 16. Another try after the 1st down sack. Burrow. And this one taken in on the right sideline, but not in the field of play. They say it's incomplete. The throw led him a little too far. It brings up 3rd down.
Well, partner, guaranteed they approach this play with the idea of making up ground to make 3rd down manageable. Unfortunately, with that incompletion, right back where they started on the last snap. Now they need a big 3rd down play in order to pick up the yardage needed.
Now on 3rd and long, they'll look to throw. Throw left side, caught by the tight end, Hurst. And he'll take this to the other side of midfield before going out of bounds. Boy, a nice play there as they wind up converting on 3rd and 15. They go back to that well. He's had a great game. Defensively, they haven't been able to stop him. Same thing here in overtime.
And sometimes that goes to the play caller's ego, because a lot of times you have so many different plays you want to call. But when you spot a matchup that's working for you or a player that has the hot hand, keep giving it to them. That tells me you're mature as a play caller, and it's working for them in overtime.
A good opening drive so far here in overtime, looking to put the pressure on with a touchdown. It's 1st and 10.
Nixon will try the right side. And they go backwards here, losing yardage back at the 48-yard line. Hustling through to break that play up, Max Crosby. You know, Charles, just thinking about it, plenty of recent conference championship games have needed OT to decide who goes to the Super Bowl.
And we can go back a little ways, can't we? Go back 2012. Giants in San Francisco. That was an overtime game. The Giants ended up going on to the Super Bowl. How about the one where the Giants went to Green Bay, Lambeau, and beat the magic of that stadium in that freezing, bitterly cold game and got it done there?
Yeah, it was 2008. It was absolutely freezing, and they went on to beat the Patriots in the Super Bowl that year. On 2nd and 12, Burrow. Got his man. It's Williams. And he's going to have another first down as the tackle comes at the Raiders' 26. A good pickup there at 22.
Not lacking aggressiveness here to begin overtime, Charles. A pretty big play right there. And looked like it might have caught the defense off guard. They may have been expecting something a little more conservative.
Yeah, they've got to shore things up in a big way, because they make any more mistakes like that and really let them drive it on them, they'll be putting their offense in a tough spot to answer if they want to extend their season.
Categories.
They are into field goal range, but definitely thinking touchdown as they come up 1st and 10.
Mixing up the middle. And only a yard this time as he's taken down right around the 26.
Yeah, things were pretty stacked up there in the middle of the line. A lot of bodies, not much space. I think ultimately he was fortunate to get anything out of that run.
On one, right?
They come with a jet sweep here as Burrow just taps that forward.
And he is going to lose yardage here.
The defense coming through there, CD, with a big-time play, and they're getting close here to getting off the field and giving their offense a chance to win this ball game.
Partner, no one's cheering louder after that play than their offensive teammates, because they understand how different things would be if instead of going out and needing a touchdown to tie things up, they can run out there with a chance to win the game right there.
In need of a 3rd and 10 conversion to keep this opening drive of OT alive. Burrow will throw. And he's going to go down here, a sack. They push him back to the 34. Chandler Jones, his 2nd sack of the night.
And this dominant defensive performance continued on that play. This poor quarterback has not received the protection he needs and has had to pick himself up off the turf far too often.
Entering play call, coach suggestions. There are 6 categories.
So on 4th down, off goes Burrow. On comes Evan McPherson for the Bengal field goal.
This to at least get him a lead here in overtime. And that is no good. Oh, he missed it just wide of the upright, and that changes everything here in OT.
And now that changes things in a big way, because you're forced to try a long field goal to hopefully get something out of that opening drive in overtime, and it's unsuccessful. And now on the other sideline, maybe you just need a couple of first downs, get your own kicker set up with a chance to win this game.
Entering play call, pass, special pass, quick, standard, shotgun pass, convex, slant stick.
Carr and the Raiders come up 1st and 10 at the 41-yard line. Now a first throw here in overtime. Throw right side into the hands of Foster Moreau. And he's able to get this one out closer to midfield across the 45. So 5 yards here, 5 on the play. And that's going to bring up 2nd down.
Shotgun, convex, slant stick.
To throw his car. And Waller, oh, he's hit. He
across the football, put it on the carpet, and the Bangles have recovered it. And a costly mistake. Coaches talk so much about ball.
You ever wonder, maybe they talk about it too much?
Too much, yeah.
Doesn't seem like you can, but maybe by discussing it time and time again, and you know they overemphasized it here, it almost became self-fulfilling.
And any points beat them here. Field goal or a touchdown now. Good starting field position for them as they come up 1st and 10 at their own 46. Burrow looking to pass. He completes it to Boyd. And he'll be tackled on the other side of midfield at the 46-yard line. They like going to him in the slot. He catches another one.
I think this comes under the heading of until they stop him, why not go back to it? He has something going really well. Great working relationship with the guy throwing the ball, and they keep making the connection.
Inside handoff to Mixon. And he'll go down shy of the 40 at the 41. A gain of 5, good enough for the first down.
Well, they've certainly been successful throwing it around in this game, and that's allowed them to move the ball on offense. But I've got to tell you, to watch them run the football and successfully, I'm not taking sides, but to see the ball in a running back's hands, oh, that's football for me.
12.
Back to Mixon on first down. And he'll take this one down to about the 40. Credit him with a 1-yard gain there to make it 2nd and 9.
That felt like a trap because it looked to me like the opposing front was on that play from the get-go. They had everyone crashing the ball carrier before he even made the line, and they hold him to just a yard.
Still 9 remaining on 2nd down. They're passing here. Joe Burrow. He's airing it out for Williams. And he bats it away, and it falls down incomplete.
That could have been a huge play, but give the defender credit. Stayed calm, stayed collected, and kept himself in a position to make a play on the ball without a penalty.
First down marker at the 31. It's 3rd down. Now it's Burrow. And this is dropped. Oh, it's incomplete. He had a big gainer in his sights, but he could not reel it in.
On every offensive coordinator, every play caller sheet, they have about 5 or 6 plays per game that they call shot plays or big plays, and you don't get many opportunities to dial them up, and they just did, and they drop it with a great chance to make a big play. That's going to hurt.
On 4th down, the punt team is on as this is sent away. He's going to field this at the 4. A nice job on the return there, 16 yards. And it'll be Raiders football 1st and 10. Here's Las Vegas ready to take the field. Well, this is a pretty rare situation here, Charles. You get into overtime, neither team coming through with even a field goal on their first drive. So now, sudden death with the time remaining. Next score wins.
And now I would say that going at it might be a little bit easier for both teams now because they've eased into overtime. That first series, boy, everything on the line then. Now you've seen what a defense is throwing at you. You can make some adjustments, and all you need is 3 points to win it.
On the ground, it's Jacobs to start the drive. And he'll get about 6 up to the 27-yard line. Now, during that run, an injury here. We've got one of those big blockers in some discomfort. Well, now they're going to come out and take a look at this injury, and we'll be back in a moment.
Entering AHP blend, empty and AHP powered, RPO, run, pass. Quick pass, errors, step, shotgun pass, convex, slant stick.
The last run got 6, now 2nd and 4. Card out of throw. They'll find his tight end, that's Waller. It's a first down, and he's also over 190 receiving yards now. What a game. Charles, you get into these overtime situations, that's not a bad guy to dial into.
Well, when you have to have plays, especially in a spot as you just described, we're in OT, you've got to go to the guys you can trust and you know are going to make the plays. Well, they say it's not the X's and the O's, it's the Jimmys and the Joes.
Play call. Convex coast. Slant stick.
From the 34 now, here's 1st and 10.
Square button.
Now Carr.
Square button.
Looking again for Waller, and he's got him again. And they'll get him down on the other side of midfield.
When you get a big tight end like this, sometimes it takes more than one man to bring him down. Oftentimes, your best bet, just jump on and hold on and wait for your teammates to arrive to help get him on the ground.
Entering plate. Convex coast. Slant stick.
From just outside of field goal range. 3 points, all that's needed. Here's 1st and 10. Throwing now is Carr.
Square button.
And he'll find Moreau here. And he'll be brought down just shy of the 40.
Shotgun pass. There are 6 categories. You have 105 options. Play type. Run. Pitch. There are 7 out. Inside handoff. AHB glove dive.
Only needing 2 yards on 2nd down. Running straight ahead is Jacobs. And some room to maneuver. And that one opened up for him well as he'll take this down to the 26-yard line. Give him a 1st down, 15 yards that time for the Raiders.
But they're getting ready to go to work now in prime real estate after that last run. Found his spot and picked up nice yardage, didn't he?
And now he's got him knocking on the door of the red
Entering
zone.
play call. In AHB blunt dive. Empty and AHB plunge.
Range, it's a question of when you want to try it. Here's 1st down. They'll stay on the ground with Jacobs. Down right around the 25. Trey Flowers there on the tackle. And that carry probably not so much for yardage, just to get the spot that you want to kick the field goal.
And any yardage you gain there is really kind of gravy. And this just becomes what my old coach used to say. Get into position to be in position. And that's what they want, the right spot for their kicker to line up the field goal.
On 2nd and 9, Carr. That's complete to his tight end, Waller. And brought down, but not before they get it inside the 10 to the 7. 18 yards that time to push him up, 1st and goal. Now hold everything here. We're going to get a timeout by the offense. They'll be left with just 1 remaining here at OT. And passing yardage-wise, now up over 350 in this game. Pretty nice performance.
Definitely that, which usually means you're putting a lot of pressure on guys trying to cover. If you're a defensive back and they put over 350 yards on you, you've had a long day. The key to everything, if you're doing it without throwing interceptions or turning the ball over.
Here's Jacobs. And he's brought down right at the 5-yard line. Give him 2 on the play.
Brandon, I go ahead and kick it right now. I know it's only 2nd down, but I kick it and give myself a little margin for error here.
Don't wait for 3rd. Have the extra down just in case.
If something goes wrong, messed up snap, anything like that, you fall on it, guess what? It's 3rd down. You still have the ball. You still have a chance to kick it.
No move for the kicking team yet. 2nd and goal. Second down and goal. Carr. And he just chucked that one out of bounds, out of everyone's reach. Maybe a wise call not to take a sack in this part of the field. It brings up 3rd down. All right, well, they didn't kick it on 2nd down, now 3rd and goal. You have to kick it here.
Absolutely have to kick it, because if you get a bad snap, you fall on it, you got a chance to kick it again on 4th down. Let's say it gets blocked and it's behind the line of scrimmage, you fall on it, you get another chance at it. Give yourself that option. Give yourself that open.
3rd down, they take a shot at the end zone, but it's incomplete.
Cleveland needs some help with this one. How did he miss it? Wide open in the end zone. He's not hurried. He's not somehow? Incomplete?
Yeah.
What happened?
During film study, that's one where he's just going to shake his head, not be able to believe it.
6 points. Go by the wayside on that one.
Category. Play type. Throw. Pass. Shotgun pass. Convex post. Slant stick.
What a call this is. Tied in overtime, and they are going to line up to go for it. 4th down. They'll go for it. It's Carr. And it's caught. Touchdown in overtime. And they are Super Bowl bound. As the fans exit back out through the turnstiles, not happy looks on their faces. Feel like they probably let this one slip away at home in overtime.
I would agree with that, and their unhappiness hurts the guys at the concession stands on the way out, right? Not stopping to buy something for the kids. They just want to get home. But what a dramatic way to finish this bad boy off. I mean, this game was dramatic all the way through. That's why we got to overtime. And then to go ahead and finish it this way, the fans screaming out unhappy. But the team that came in here and won this one on the road, they sprinted to their locker room.
And speaking of buying things, dinner on you tonight, Davis.
I kind of figured that was coming.
Entering post-game screen, you have 5 options. Finish game is selected.